Hello, I'm Colby Smith. Welcome to this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at ColbyJS. Whatever. It's budget day. I'm confused. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. You know, all these figures they come out with: GDP, growth, debt as a percentage of GDP, the deficit of a percentage of GDP, household debt, national debt, government debt. It's just all too much. They're throwing these figures at you. Unemployment, you know, I don't trust any of these figures personally. The Office of National Statistics, you know, that's controlled by the government. They can manipulate. I mean, you don't even have to manipulate statistics. So you just put your hand in the pot, pull out a statistic. If it doesn't look good, put it back in, find another one. You know, you can always like cook the numbers. You don't even have to like fraud the numbers. You just put them in a different light, and they look good. But you know, these are unemployment figures. Unemployment's down, so it's just like, so with these people that have been sanctioned, they don't count. Anyone that's on a 0 hours contract, even if you're only working 1 hour a week, you don't count as unemployed. You're employed even if you're working 1 hour. If you're self-employed, if you're working for a contractor and that contractor's only giving you 1 day's week of work, you're employed. You're counted as in full-time employment by the government in these statistics. So you know, that's just one factor, you know. So I can't believe like any of this stuff. Like George Osborne's constantly telling us that the debt's gone down, but I see on social media plenty of people from like other sources saying that the debt has increased significantly. So what are you even supposed to believe? You know, it's confusing. What are they doing? And then they're giving us tax breaks on gambling and beer. What do they think? We're just like, they know that we're so fed up with life. Like, oh fuck it, I just gamble and drink my way through life until the miserable end, until hopefully I just die a quiet and peaceful death somewhere. I just don't. What do they want from us? What do they want from us as citizens? You know, I used to think we were a civilized country, advanced country. Now I just think, you know, I used to think we were an intelligent country. But now I think we're stupid. We're a lot stupider than a lot of other countries. The way that we're getting mugged over and divided and conquered by, you know, corporations and the government, by fascism essentially. The state power, you know, if you try and talk out against it or protest against it, you get hit by the power of the police. You know, armed response, physical. You know, it's just like, what can you do? What are we supposed to be? You know, there's the workers, there's society, and then there's corporations, and they want to tell us. George Osborne says we can't raise corporation tax because, you know, it'll cost jobs, because the big corporations will look elsewhere for their work. And I just think, well, you know, they're doing that anyway. They're shipping out Primark sweatshops to Bangladesh, where the people there aren't strong enough to oppose the shitty buildings collapsing on them. So, you know, they'll take that job. We wouldn't have that. We wouldn't work in some shitty half-collapsed factory. We've built rights and unions over the years. So they send that to Bangladesh, where they can manipulate and walk all over the people, and there's such a population of poor people that, you know, people are gagging for a job over there. You know, that's already happening, George Osborne. So, you know, and you can't tell me that, you know, these large, you know, I'm talking about the elite of corporations, you know, the ones at the top end, not, you know, they try and muddy the waters of the rich and the super rich and the well-off. You know, there's a distinction between the rich and then the greedy, the people at the fucking very top of the tree. You know, and they're saying that they can't, you know, they can afford to pay extra tax. And it's not like the workers are gonna suffer because of it if they pay more tax. The CEOs are gonna suffer. You know, the workers of Amazon, they're already on a fucking pittance on 0 hour contracts. So it's not like they can legally pay them any less. You know, you can't legally treat your employees any shitter. So, you know, if you can't fucking function a business without treating your employees like decent human beings, then your business doesn't deserve to function. Find a new business model. Yeah, it's essentially blackmail. What he's saying is, I won't put the corporation tax up. Not he's saying that I can't. He's saying I won't because they're telling me not to. And if I do put it up, they're telling me they're going to cut jobs. That's blackmail, pure and simple. And Osborne, the Treasury, the government, HMRC, they're facilitating that. You know, they're bringing that blackmail to us. They're delivering it. They're the messengers of blackmail. It's just like, you know, obviously, you know, you need to ask yourself the question of who, you know, are we doing the corporations a favour by lending them our green and pleasant land to reside in and by giving them our labour? Are we doing them a favour, or are they doing us a favour by bringing in goods and wealth and letting us have a slice of those goods and wealth by working for them? You know, you know, it's obviously a compromise, and I see it as we're doing them way more of a favour than they're doing us. Because if they fucked off, if Tesco's fucked off, do you think people would starve to death? No. If all private supermarkets fucked off because they were paying too much tax, do you think people would starve to death? Do you think they wouldn't get food? No. The public will build their own system. You know, we're human beings. We haven't survived on this planet for like hundreds of thousands of years to just be wiped out because the private sector pulls out. That's not going to happen. You know, be fucking real, people here. You know, we've got the means to like create our own like society, but at the minute it's being dictated to by the private enterprises. You know, we'd be fine without them. You know, we'd build our own social supermarkets where it wouldn't be fucking profit, it wouldn't be cheap shit, it wouldn't be disguised fucking horse meat and chemicals and water pumped into meat to make it weigh more to generate more profit. You know, that's the shitty end of capitalism, just that fucking drive to make money. You know, if they said, Amazon, pay your tax, and Amazon said no and fucked off, do you think people would stop buying books and CDs and fucking junk tat off Amazon? No. Some other company, some other entrepreneur would fill that gap, and if we said to that company, you've got to start up your business on a model of paying 40% tax, they'd either work out a way of paying that higher rate of tax, or they wouldn't start the business. Simple as that. It's a free market. You know, they talk about the free market ideology like, you know, the free market's power, the cleansing power of the free market will solve everything. But when it comes to like one of the big, huge corporations taking a risk on that free market, you know, they want subsidising, they want laws to safeguard them. But the average fucker, the average guy on the streets, where's his subsidies? You know, where's his public fucking backup? You know, you don't get it, it's getting cut, it's getting disappeared. So what George Osborne really means when he says he won't raise corporation tax is he would rather find ways of raising money by cutting public services that may risk people's lives, not jobs, people's lives actually at risk on the table. Chop. You know, what are we supposed to be? Are we supposed to be a nation of people that work for someone else? You know, these corporations, they shouldn't be more important than people. You know, the Tesco's, the people aren't there to serve Tesco's. Tesco's is there to serve the people. And if it's not fucking serving us, if it's draining us, if it's taking money out of our fucking our economy, filtering it offshore, then that's not serving us. It's not serving Great Britain. It might be serving the FTSE 100. And it's just like, you know, they want people to be unemployed. You know, they've said that before. People in the Thatcher government have said it. You know, people under the Clinton government said it. People in the Reagan government said it in America. They said they need unemployed people. They need the precariat, these precarious people whose lives they don't give a fuck about. You know, they need unemployed people, because if there was zero unemployment, if everyone had a job, then, you know, what would stop me from going on strike? I'd be able to go on strike, there'd be no one to fill my job, so I'd have to give in to every demand that I made. You know, that's obviously that's not going to happen. They need these surplus unemployed people. So when people moan about low wages, they've got like 1,000 applicants for that job. Fuck off. You're asking for a pay rise. See you later, mate. There's like 100,000 unemployed people out there gagging for a job. Of course they want unemployed people. That's what drives capitalism. Do you think like the fucking CEOs of these big businesses, they want like the workers having to being able to demand higher wages? No, they don't. They want people begging. You know, they want people bending over backwards. They want people so desperate for a job that they'll take any shit conditions. They'll take any 0-hour contracts. You know, they'll take the fucking, you know, they don't care about unions, nothing. Give me a minimum wage job, I'll take it. Anything. You know, that's the desperate situation we've got in our country. That's why you get these people who are coming out defending 0-hour contracts, because they're like, it's got that fucking bad that I have to stick my neck out on the line and defend my own shitty job because it's all I've got, and if I lose it, there's no chance of me getting another one. You know, they know that. The Conservative Party, neoliberalism, economics, fucking whatever, people in the City of London, they know this fact. They know that there needs to be a surplus unemployed people in order to drive down wages for the bosses, to drive up production, you know, to break the backs of unions. They know this. And, you know, do they care? You know, we're just like a nothing to them. We're like a barrier in between, like, democracy on the one hand and fuckloads of profit on the other hand. And they're like, you know, we'll take the fuckloads of profit. Screw democracy. There's something wrong with that, isn't there? You know, what is the point of a corporation? What is the point of a business? If it's not to serve the people, then what is the point of it? I don't know. You know, I don't hate business. I don't hate capitalism. I just hate business and capitalism being more important than society and people's lives. And I could be wrong. Everything I've just said could be a crock of shit. But until I'm taught otherwise, that's what I believe. Thank you very much for watching.